All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's review for our test really quickly, okay? I've got them all worked out, so we'll just do a quick voiceover. Okay, the first one we had already worked out in class, so we'll just let this play through. -3 times 4 plus a gave us -12 minus 3a. 6a times 9a plus 10 gave us 54a squared plus 60a. We combined like terms. That gave us 54a squared. Combine the 60 and the -3. That gave us 57a minus 12. We're going to write that in our slot for our simplified expression. Okay, we're going to put 2 in for a. So we have 54 times 2 squared plus 57 times 2 minus 12. 54 times 4 is 216. 57 times 2 is 114 minus 12. And all together that gives us 318. Okay, we're going to evaluate the expression for x equals 3 here. Okay, we have 7x squared plus 7x. Okay, I'm going to distribute this negative into our binomial, so that gives us -x squared and -4x. Combine like terms, that gives me x squared plus 3x. We'll put that into our slot there for our simplified expression. X is equal to 3. So 3x squared is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. That gives us a total of 18. Okay, we're going to solve for c. -11 equals 7 minus 3c. We're going to start by subtracting 7. -11 minus 7 is -18. Is now equal to -3c. I'll divide all of it by -3. -18 divided by -3 is 6, which is equal to c. Number 4, we started with -9 minus p over 4 equals 5. We're going to add 9 to both sides. That gives us -p over 4 is equal to 14. Okay. Now, there's two ways we can do this. Okay. We can either multiply by both sides by 4 and then divide by -1, or we can do the butterfly. We can cross multiply. So that's what we're going to do this time. We're going to cross multiply. Okay, I'm sure you've seen this before. Okay, so we've got now 4 times 14 and -p times 1 is what we're doing here. So -p times 1 is -p. 4 times 14 is 56. We'll divide by -1, and p is equal to -56. Okay, solving for m. I've got 8m minus 12 minus 6m equals 72. I'm going to move my 12 first by adding it to both sides. That leaves me with 8m minus 6m is 84. That's 2m is 84. Divide by 2, and m is equal to 42. Don't forget that if this is going a little fast for you, go ahead and pause it, okay? Take a look at them. All right, let's go on to the next one. We're solving for A, okay? Oops. Didn't mean to go back on you like that. I've got negative 9 over 6 plus 5, or not negative 9. That's a negative A over 6 plus 5A over 8. Okay, I need to get my 6 and my 8 to a common denominator. Okay, between 6 and 8, the common denominator is 24. So I'm going to multiply the negative A over 6 by 4 over 4 and the 5A over 8 by 3 over 3. That gives me negative 4A over 24 plus 15A over 24 is equal to negative 14. Okay? Negative 4A plus 15A is 11A over 24 is negative 14. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use that cross multiplying again. Okay, so 24 times negative 14 and 11A times 1 gives me 11A is equal to negative 336. Divide by 11. So A is equal to negative 336 divided by 11. Okay, solving for X. Negative 2.5X minus 32.7 equals 74.1. I'm going to move the 32.7 by adding to both sides. I get negative 2.5x is equal to 106.8. I'll divide both sides by negative 2.5. And I forgot to do that. I will show that to you. Divide by negative 2.5. Okay, there we go. And that comes out to be x is equal to negative 42.72. Okay, solving for x here, I've got 3/4 x minus 5 equals 1/4 x minus 1. Okay, I'm going to move my constants over, and so I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Then I'm going to subtract 1/4 from both sides. That gives me 1/4 x. That gives me 2/4 x is equal to 4. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal here, okay? So I'm multiplying by 4 over 2, okay? So I'll multiply straight across. That gives me 16 over 2. So x is equal to 8. If you like that cross multiplying better, we would say 2/4 2 over x 2x over 4 is 4 over 1. Cross multiply 2x equal to 16 divided by 2, x equals 8. Okay, that gives you the same answer. Okay, solving for p. So we're going to distribute here, and then we're going to combine like terms. Negative 4 times p and times 2 gives me negative 4p minus 8 plus 8. 2p minus, or 2 times p minus 1 gives me 2p minus 2, and then we subtract the 7p and add the 15. So that gives me negative 4p is equal to 5p plus 13. Add 5p to both sides. And that gives me p is equal to 13. Alright, same kind of situation here. So I have 17 times 3 times w minus 2 gives me 3w minus 6 minus 11w is equal to, distribute the negative 7 times w plus 2 gives me negative 7w minus 14 plus 14. Okay, I'm going to combine like terms. So negative 3w plus 11, let's try that again. Negative 11w plus 3w gives me negative 8w. And then 17 minus 6 gives me 11 on the left side. On the right side, my 14s cancel and I get negative 7w. I'm going to move my 8w over by adding to both sides, and I have 11 is equal to w. Halfway there. Okay, solving for x. I'm going to move my c and my y over by adding c and subtracting y. That gives me g plus c minus y equals x. Okay. Alright, solving for c. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of maneuvering here. Okay. I'm first going to move my AC over to the other side. So I'm going to subtract AC from both sides. Okay. That gives me negative 3AB is equal to C minus AC. I'm going to then factor out my C on the right, and that gives me 1 minus A. I will divide both sides by 1 minus A. So I have negative 3AB divided by 1 minus A is equal to C. Solving for n. I'm going to first distribute my a into my n minus 3. Oops, wasn't what I planned on doing. Let's try that again. Alright, so a times n minus 3 gives me an minus 3a plus 8 is equal to b times n. I'm going to add 3a and subtract 8 to both sides. Okay, so an equals bn minus 3a minus 8. Okay, I'm going to subtract bn. That gives me an minus bn is equal to 3a minus 8. I'm going to factor out my n. That leaves me with a minus b as my other factor.
Squirrel.
Okay, I'm going to factor out, not factor, but reduce by a minus b. So n is equal to 3a minus 8 divided by a minus b. Now on the answer key, you may see it if you're looking at the answer key. You'll see negative 3a plus 8 divided by b minus a. That is the same answer. Okay? Both written both ways is correct. Okay? Either way. Okay. Number 14. Now, solve for h. Okay. The way we've talked about doing it in class is by first getting our G out of the way. So we're going to divide by G on both sides. Okay, we have H plus 2/3 is equal to 1 over G. We're going to subtract the 2/3. And H is equal to 1 over G minus 2/3. Okay, on your answer key. Okay, on your answer key, you might see it another way. This is the same answer. What we have here is the same answer as 1 minus 2/3 G divided by G, like what it shows on the answer key. Both are correct. Okay? Number 15, we're solving for X. Okay? So I've got, let's back up just a little bit here. I've got X plus 2 divided by Y minus 1 equals 2. Okay, so I want to get rid of my Y minus 1. So I'm going to multiply both sides by Y minus 1. Okay, that gives me X plus 2 is equal to 2 times Y minus 1. We'll distribute that 2. Okay, and that gives me X plus 2 is equal to 2Y minus 2. We'll subtract the 2 from both sides. X is equal to 2Y minus 4. Number 16. All right, number 16 says that 4 friends are playing golf. They're wanting to play 18 rounds of golf. Okay. Let's see here. 2 of them need to rent clubs at $5 per set. The cart rental is $10. The total cost for everything, including the green fee for all 4 friends, is $92. Okay? So, the first thing asks us to write out our equation representing the whole outing. Okay? So we have 4 friends times X for our green fees plus 2 times $5 for the rental of the clubs plus the $10 for the rental fee for the cart is $92. Okay, how much did they pay in green fees? Well, let's combine those 10s. And so we have 4x plus 20 equals 92. We're going to subtract that 20. 4x is equal to 72. Divide that by the 4 friends. Okay, and that gives us X is equal to $18 each. Okay. All right. Now, number 17. I have a car traveling at 48 miles an hour that overtakes a cyclist who's riding at 12 miles an hour, who also the cyclist had a 3-hour head start. It wants to know how far from the starting point is the cyclist when the car overtakes it. Okay? So, I like to draw out things, so let's just take a look here. We've got a car, and we've got the cyclist. Okay? It says that, let's call the car A and the cyclist B, okay, for the sake of making out our chart. Okay. Okay, A and B. Remember, distance is equal to rate times time. Okay. The car is going 48 miles an hour. The cyclist is going 12 miles per hour. The car has traveled for T amount of time. The cyclist has gone for T plus 3 hours. Okay? So, the rates are 48 and 12. Time is T and T plus 3. So, distance for A is 48T. Distance for B is 12T plus 36. Okay? And they're going to end up in the same spot. So that means that the distances are both equal. So we're going to say 48T is equal to 12T plus 3. Okay? So 48T, distribute my 12, gets me 12T plus 36. I want to get T by itself. Okay, so I'm going to move this 12T over to the other side. That gives me 36T is equal to 36. I'm going to divide by 36 to get T alone. So T is equal to 1 hour. Okay, so if the cyclist has gone 12 miles an hour and it's ridden for T plus 3 hours, if T is 1, then that means we have 12 times 4 hours. 12 miles an hour times 4 hours gives us 48 miles. Okay? All right, number 18. One printing company will print business cards for 10 cents each, plus a setup charge of $15. A second printing company offers business cards for 15 cents with a different setup charge. If 100 business cards cost the same as from either printer, what is the setup charge for the second printing company? Okay, so the business cards, we're going to call that X. Okay? And we're going to use the setup charge as C. Okay? So X times 10 cents from the first plus a $15 charge is the same as X times 15 cents plus the charge. Okay? So X is our cards, C is our charge. We have 100 business cards, so X is equal to 100. Okay? So 100 times 0.10 is $10 plus the $15. 100 times the 0.15 is $15 plus the setup charge. So 25 is equal to 15 plus C. Subtract 15 from both sides. And the setup charge from the second company is $10. Number 19. Noah and Kate are shopping for new guitar strings in a music store. Noah buys 2 packs of strings. Kate buys 2 packs of strings plus a music book. The book costs $16. The total cost is $72. How much is 1 pack of strings? Okay, so we're going to call the pack of strings X. So Noah buys 2 packs. Kate buys 2 packs plus a music book, which costs $16. Their total cost is $72. So they buy total 4 packs of strings. plus pay $16 for the book to get $72. So we're going to subtract 16. So 4 packs of strings is equal to $56. Divide that by 4 packs of strings, and each pack of strings is worth $14. All right, let's look at our very last problem. Okay, an office manager spent $650 on a new energy-saving copier that will reduce the monthly electric bill for the office from $112 to $88. In how many months will the copier pay for itself? Okay, the savings is $112 minus $88. Okay, so that gives us a savings of $24 per month. Okay, the total cost divided by the savings is going to equal the number of months that it'll take for the copier to pay off itself. Okay, so we're going to take 650, divide it by 24. That gives us 27.08 months. So we'll round it to whole months because a 0.08 month isn't even a full day. So 27 months we will have our copier paid off for. All right, guys, that is it for the review for tonight. Tomorrow's your test. Have a good night.